Hi, welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Animal wrangling for us again this week is our volunteer coordinator, Sean Snyder. And our first guest today is DeeDee, and she is a very new addition to the adoption floor. In fact, on the day we're shooting this, she just went on the floor yesterday. She is about 9 to 11 months old, so she is closer to being an adult than a kitten. So she still has that playful kitten energy. However, her personality is a little bit more defined. You know kind of more what you're getting into. She's not going to be changing as much as, say, a 3-month-old kitten. And you're going to get a more of an idea of her ultimate size. She probably will get a little bit bigger, maybe fill out a little bit more, but she's going to be about this size. She is a beautiful all-black cat, and because she's new, we don't know as much about her. We've color-coded her orange, which means she's individually average. She has her own personality, but she's kind of your typical cat who is pretty handleable, wants to hang out with you when they want to hang out, because she is, after all, still a cat. What I've noticed so far is that DeeDee is very comfortable, confident, outgoing. She always comes right to the front of her cage. She's the one that when she sees you standing there, she's going to kind of stand up on her hind legs and kind of jump at the cage a little bit. She sees you, she talks to you, she wants you to notice her. When I picked her up, she was okay with it for a couple of seconds, then she was a little squirmy, but she immediately started purring. Even out here, she's super confident. She's trying to get down, but her body language is kind of showing us that it's all just curiosity. It's not fear or anything like that. She has moments where she'll settle down and, soak up the attention, but then she's like, I'm done, I want to go play. So she's kind of a good mix. As she gets older, or more settled into a home that she's familiar with, she might be more prone to kind of doing what she's doing a little bit of right now, which is just kind of sitting, hanging out on your lap, things like that. She is a beautiful kitten. She just needs to find that perfect forever home. We are going to make sure that she gets spayed, gets up to date on all of her vaccinations and things like that. All she needs now is a wonderful family to take care of her. If you're interested in DeeDee, you can visit her here at the shelter. Our address is 1832 Rosemont Avenue. We are open to the public 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Our next guest is a little bit older. She might, in fact, be the oldest cat we have on the floor right now. This is Lily number 2, and she is a 12-year-old gray tabby and white. So how did she get the name Lily 2? So when animals come in with a name, we don't change them here unless they're offensive. So we already had a Lily on the floor, and then this Lily came in. So to make sure that we're not confusing anything, we're knowing who everybody's talking to, we just start adding numbers. I believe at one time we had 6 Bellas here. So it's Bella 1, Bella 2, Bella 3, Bella 4, Bella 5, and Bella 6. So that just helps us keep track of it a little bit better. Lily is 12. She came to us, unfortunately, because her owner passed away. That is something that we see fairly routinely. It is important to make sure that you have a plan in place for your pets, so that if something were to happen to you, somebody's going to be able to step in and take care of them. A lot of times, families just aren't equipped to take in another pet, and they haven't had any of these discussions, so the animals make their way here. Lily is a very sweet cat. She is a recent addition to the adoption floor as well. I've seen her interact with some volunteers and some people from the public. She just comes, it takes her a minute, but if she's in the back of her cage, you reach in and start petting her, she starts purring, she comes right to the front, she lays down, she lets you pet her pretty much anywhere. She starts purring incredibly loudly, she starts making biscuits. She's just a very kind of sweet, relaxed cat. The family of the previous owner said that she is a little shy, but she's not been overwhelmingly shy here. We haven't color-coded her as such. They said that she also lived with dogs, and she got along with dogs, and she has also in her past lived with another cat. So if you have an existing pet and you're looking to add another one to the household, that would probably be a relatively smooth transition for Lily. Because she is an older cat, however, you do want to make sure that you're paying attention to her vet notes. She does need a dental. Our vet is recommending within the next 12 months. So you want to make sure that you're prepared financially to make sure that she gets those teeth cleaned or whatever teeth may need to be pulled. They also recommend, just to make sure that she's okay to go under anesthesia, that you do some blood work first. Because she is a senior cat at 12, she would be adopted for our reduced adoption fee of $57.50. This is JJ, and he is one of the rare blue color-coded animals. He is color-coded blue because he is calm, cool, collected. He's easygoing. He adapts easily to change. You can handle him in a lot of ways, even during his vet exams. Not really overwhelmed or frustrated by that. So because he is color-coded blue, that's going to make him great for basically every type of family situation. Whether you have other pets or you have young kids, or there's a lot of activity, you have a business that you run from your house and people are coming and going, he's probably not going to be fazed by a lot of those things. So that also makes him a great cat for a first-time cat owner, because he's going to be more easily manageable. If you get one that's super high energy or a little sassy or things like that, then it might be harder for you to read their body language and things like that. So if you're just getting started, he would be a good fit for you. He did come in as a stray, so we don't really know what his history, his background is. He is 1 to 2 years old, and he did come in neutered already, so he was likely owned by someone at some point. He's not ear-tipped, which means he wasn't a community cat or anything like that. He wasn't trapped, neutered, and then re-released back out there. So we hold all of the strays for a period of 5 days, and to give their owners a chance to come forward and claim them. And then if they do not come forward, then we're going to proceed with finding the animals the best home that we can possibly find for them. We make sure all of our animals before they leave are spayed or neutered, that they are current on their distemper, rabies vaccines. We give them all dewormer, flea and tick preventative. We microchip them. We make sure that they're licensed when they're adopted, and then we also provide adopters with a free well visit to an area vet. All of that for the adoption fee of just $97.50, so it's a really great deal. JJ is, as you can see, in addition to being a cat that's kind of going to sit and hang out on your lap, he's also very curious. He wants to go and explore. He is still a relatively young cat. He's only 1 to 2 years old, so that means that he's going to be able to grow up with your kids. But because he is, again, an adult cat, you know what you're getting. You can see that he's playful, he's easy to carry around. He's just going to be a great fit for a lot of different types of families. If you're interested in JJ, you can come and visit him here at the shelter. Our visiting hours are Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. This is Pom Pom, and Pom Pom has the most beautiful eyes of any cat that we have here at the shelter. She has one light blue eye and one light green eye, and they're just like really mesmerizing. Like, you can just sit and stare at them. They're gorgeous. But on top of all of that, she has a lot of other things that are great about her as well. So some of her face has some like little scratches and things like that, because she came to us as a stray in a trap. So sometimes they freak out when they first go in there and they rub up against it, but then eventually all of those things are going to heal up, and she's going to be just a really beautiful black and white cat. She is a little shy at first, but as you can see, she loves attention. She reminds me a little bit of one of the cats that was recently adopted, Padme, who was a little fearful, but once you started rubbing her, petting her, she would purr and roll around and show you where she wants to be petted. And Pom Pom does a very similar thing. You just have to be a little slow at first, a little more patient, and then she's gonna warm up and show you who she really is. She did come to us initially kind of in what we call a wow box, because she was so scared. We wanted to give her a safe place to hide, and then eventually she started coming out and asking for attention, so our staff started working with her, pulling her out, seeing what she liked, and she really likes attention. So she's going to be a great pet, especially for somebody that maybe has, at least to start, a quieter household, maybe some kids that are a little older. Sometimes with the shy cats, the toddlers and the babies can be a bit much for them with the loud noises and the fast movements and all the toys that make noise. So kids that are a little bit older can sometimes do a wonder for them, because they can understand more how the animals are feeling. They can respect their space a little bit more, and things of that nature. She is 1 to 2 years old, so she would be adopted for our standard adoption fee, which is $97.50. We're getting her up to date on all of her medical preventatives, and so she's just going to need that loving forever home. She has already been spayed, so there's not going to be a lot to hold up her adoption if you were to think that she'd be a good fit for your family. You can visit her here at the shelter. Our address is 1832 Rosemont Avenue. This next cat is Mocha, not to be confused with Smokey, who is another cat that we have living at the shelter right now. This is Mocha. She got her name because that's how she came to us. She was already named, and when they come in with names, as we've already discussed on the show today, we don't change them. She's about 1.5 years old. She's gray and white. She is another cat that came to us kind of from an older person. Unfortunately, they were unable to take care of her any longer, so they brought her here to us so that we could find her another home. They did get her originally as a stray, but they'd had her since she was a kitten. And they did give us some good information about her personality. They say that she's playful, energetic, she can be calm, very easy to handle. She can also be independent, which just describes your basic cat. They say that occasionally she's a lap cat and that she is very loving. She was indoor only. She uses her litter box. They did say that she claws at furniture, which a lot of cats, they scratch at stuff. That's just how they are. They're always going to scratch. They do it for a lot of different reasons. They're marking their territory. They are stretching, exercising, venting frustration, grooming their nails. So they're going to do it. You just want to make sure you channel it into onto appropriate items. A lot of cats will start scratching on furniture, especially vertically if they don't have vertical things to scratch on, like scratching posts or kitty condos or those types of things. So you want to make sure that you're providing vertical things and not just the stuff that lays flat on the floor. So during our adoption interviews, we go over a lot of that stuff with you and talk about how you can channel those behaviors appropriately so that she won't be scratching on furniture and things like that in your household. She is still a very new cat to the adoption floor, but I can see right now like she is liking the attention. She's making biscuits. She's showing Sean where she wants to be rubbed. She's walking around, kind of curious, but not desperate to get down and hide. She's just going to be a good all-around cat. However, she is a little shy at first, so you want to make sure that you're prepared for that. Just as she's getting to know you. She's going to warm up probably more quickly than some of the other cats, but you want to make sure that when you're initially meeting her, you're not just immediately rushing in to pick her up. Let her sniff your hand a little bit, pet her a little bit, get her warmed up, and then try to interact with her a little bit more. She was recently spayed, and she will be ready to go as soon as she finds that forever family that comes in and meets her. She will be adopted for our standard adoption fee, $97.50. Our last cat today is a cat that has been on the show before. This is Mira, and Mira is currently our only cabana cat. She's living in there. She's the queen of her own little castle. She is a very friendly cat. She comes up and greets people. She's very confident. Sean and I recently took her to the radio, and she just laid down on the counter like she was at home and didn't have a care in the world. She is very treat motivated. She is a lap cat. She loves to play with strings. She is a champion cat napper. I've seen this cat snap in a variety of positions. She is so relaxed in this environment. A lot of cats are freaked out. She doesn't really care. She will sleep like literally on her back with her legs all sprawled out with her mouth open. She is very confident. She is also a little opinionated. She is not afraid to let you know when she's done. So when she walks away from you, or she, kind of expresses with a verbal cue or a body language cue that she's done, you kind of just need to let her go. Otherwise, she'll give you a little love tap and let you know that she's not pleased with that you're forcing her to do things that she's not interested in. Mira is one of our cat positive cats, so we have been training her with clicker training thanks to some grants basically from Jackson Galaxy Project, GreaterGood.org, and the Petco Foundation. So she has been learning to do a lot of different tasks. She can touch her target stick with her nose. She also knows how to do high five, low five. She knows how to do a fist bump. And then because we've been encouraged not to do high fives and things like that anymore, thanks to the coronavirus, she also knows how to touch elbows instead, since that has been what was recommended. She's learning to come when called right now. So she's very smart, very treat motivated. She's very affectionate, but you just need to know like when is enough for her. She would do really well with a cat savvy family, just so that they could read that body language and know what's going on, so as to not upset her in any way, so that everybody's just going to get along. But She'll come and sit on your lap for 20 minutes. She likes to play. She's just a great all-around cat. She has a lot of those different qualities. If you are interested in 2-year-old Mira, you can stop in and visit her at the shelter. She will be in our kitty cabana, so you can see her Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and Saturdays from 10 to 4. If you are not a cat person, stay tuned. After the break, we are going to introduce you to 4 of our new adoptable dogs.
Hola, bonjour. Thinking about learning a foreign language? How about taking a few business courses online? Or you might just want to relax by flipping through a magazine on your mobile device. Good news! Frederick County Public Library rolled out 3 new great digital tools to help you learn the convenient way. First is Rosetta Stone, the premier language learning program with invaluable tools to help you master any one of 30 languages. Lynda.com offers all kinds of online business and tech courses to take in the comfort of your own home. And these can help you achieve your own personal and professional goals. And Flipster offers 15 popular digital magazines such as People, Time Magazine, that you can read on your mobile device and even download the app, which makes it a super easy and fast way to enjoy these magazines. 3 exciting new digital tools offered to you by Frederick County Public Libraries. They're all free, and you need only your library card to get started. Visit fcpl.org for more.
The Frederick County Sheriff's Office now offers fingerprinting services 3 days per week, from Tuesday through Thursday. Our goal is to make it more convenient for citizens to have fingerprints taken for employment, licenses, permits, and other important issues like adoption and child care services. The Sheriff's Office will continue to accept credit and debit cards, checks, and money orders as payment for fingerprint fees. Cash is not accepted. For more information, contact the Fingerprint Information Line at 301-600-4058.
Welcome back. We have some new dogs to showcase today. Our first guest is making quite a first impression. This is Carmen, and Carmen is about a year old. She is black and white. She's a pit bull mix. She right now weighs about 32 pounds. Our vet is saying that her ideal weight would be anywhere from 38 to 40 pounds. She's kind of a pocket pitty. So if you like kind of that breed, you like that level of energy, but maybe you just don't want a very large dog, you don't want a 60 plus pound dog, then she would be a great option for you. She did come in a little thin, so we are currently working her up in terms of her diet to get her to her healthy weight. When animals come in a little bit undernourished, it's important not to just right away give them tons and tons of food. We don't want to make them sick in a different way. So we are aware that she's on the thin side, and we are working towards getting her where she needs to be. We have behavior assessed her, and since she came to us as a stray, this is really all the information we know about her in terms of how she's going to behave. She could use a little bit of work with her house training, which is the case for most of the dogs that come in here. She's friendly when you approach her kennel. She reacts favorably to other dogs, so if you have an additional pet in the house, she would probably be a good fit for that. However, we do encourage and pretty much require that if you have a dog already, that you bring your dog in to meet with ours. Like a lot of pit bulls, she can be a little difficult to walk, but with some training, I'm sure that would become not an issue. She pulls a little bit, she jumps up on people, so just some good manners training would go a long way with her. No issues with food aggression. She willingly lets go of they were unable to test her because she wasn't interested in toys. So we don't know how she is with object guarding. She wasn't interested in any of the stuff they provided to her, but she leans in, she enjoys pets and things like that. We have noticed a little bit here because she is a little bit on the thin side. She gets a little excited when treats are around, so you don't want to do closed hands with treats with her. That would be, especially with little kids, it would lead to some nibbles. You can do an open hand so that we're not worried about her, accidentally getting nibbling on any children's fingers and things of that nature. If you are interested in Carmen, you can visit her here at the shelter. Her adoption fee would be $92.50. This is Rosie, and she's another of one of the more pocket pity pit bull mixes. She's still a puppy at about 9 to 11 months old. She is fawn brindle and white. She's got a great coat, and she's got kind of a silly personality that she's showing us. She makes these like weird little grunty pig noises. She's definitely got that high energy, not just of a puppy, but of her breed. So if you're looking for a dog that's going to go out and hang out and hike and run and things like that, she might be a good mix for you. She was brought to the shelter. She is previously owned. She was brought because her owner is in the hospital and unable to care for her. So they say that they don't say that she gets along with cats, but they said that she did live with a cat. So clearly, she can at least coexist with a cat. They say that she's playful, energetic, friendly, a jumper. She walks on leash. She's a digger, a chewer. She likes to be chased for fun. They say that she loves to give kisses and play fetch. She likes like stuffed squeaky toys. So she does still have some puppy things that she needs to work on. The owner only had her since about the end of December, so just a few months. So you want to make sure that you're prepared to take on, even though she's almost an adult, all of those puppy basics. She still needs to learn all of those manners and things like that. She does seem to already know sit and some things, but she just needs to refine her basic good manners. She is not house trained, so she needs some assistance with that. We found that she has no reaction to other dogs. She's friendly when you approach her. She can take a little coaxing to come out of her kennel and things like that. So just being aware that she can be a little bit shy at first. Because she is a puppy, she would be adopted through our puppy process, which means that we're going to take up to 4 applications for her. We take a few more applications for puppies just to make sure we are getting the right fit and somebody who is committed to giving them all the training that they require. And our puppies, because they do often have some additional care needs, they are adopted for a fee of $150. If you are interested in Rosie, you can visit her here at the shelter. If you want to make sure any of the dogs are still available before you make the trip in, you can always call and inquire. Our number is 301-600-1546. This is Serena, and she is a German Shepherd. She's tan and black. She is one of the older animals that we have available at the shelter right now. She's between 11 and 12 years old. She came to us because her owner, unable to care for her, I think might have even passed away, and a neighbor was caring for her and then eventually brought her into us. She was really super shy when she came in, and just like we have a Frady Cat program, we now have a similar program with our dogs. So specific volunteers have been really spending a lot of time working with her, getting her to feel comfortable, and they've done a great job because, as you can see now, she's much more outgoing. A variety of volunteers are now able to walk her comfortably. She comes right to the front of her cage, so she's made huge progress in the time that she's been here. She is a little quirky, so she has spent a lot of her time living outside, and eating out of a dog bowl was not something that she was really familiar with or that she wanted to do. So to make sure that she would eat, we have started feeding her on Frisbees. So if you're looking to make Serena part of your family, totally skip going to the store and buying all of the nice, cute little dog bowls and just stock up on some Frisbees, because that's how she prefers to eat her meals. She can be a little messy. She spills stuff on the floor, so just keep that in mind. Because she is an older dog, she also has some health needs, so you want to make sure that when you come in to visit, you're really paying attention to these medical profiles with any of the animals, but especially the older animals, because you want to make sure that you're prepared to take on any of their medical needs, so that they're going to be able to continue to live a happy, healthy life with you. We don't want her to end up back here in just a short period of time because you can't manage those things. She will require a home visit, so you want to make sure that you're prepared for that. She cannot go to a home with a small, short fence. So if you're going to let her out in the yard, she needs to have a 6-foot fence or higher. We can't be letting her just run around in the yard because she is known to be a bit of an escape artist, or you need to leash walk her all the time. So if you have a short fence now, like a 4-foot fence, you could put her on a long lead, let her run around, but we don't want her to be able to jump the fence. So those are things that you want to take into consideration. If you're interested in Serena, you can visit her here at the shelter. Her adoption fee would be $52.50. Our final guest today is Bailey, and she is a beautiful blue fawn brindle and white pit bull mix. She's about 1 to 2 years old. We are also aware that, like Carmen, Bailey is on the thin side, and just like with Carmen, we are working to get her up to her, her goal weight, but that is a process that's very slow. We do this a lot here at the shelter. Last year we did it with a dog that looks very similar to Bailey, a male dog named Rocky, who is now at his fighting weight, loving his life in his new forever home. So this is something that unfortunately happens a lot. We work with the animals and we get them into loving homes. Because she came to us as a stray, we're still figuring stuff out about Bailey, but what our staff has assessed is that she does keep her kennel clean. So she will need a refresher with house training, but she is more familiar with that than some of the other dogs on the floor. She is a shy dog, so she's very sweet, very affectionate, but she does take a little bit of time to warm up to new people. So she can be a little cautious in her kennel, her tail tucked, things like that. But then once she gets a little bit more comfortable, she's very friendly. No reaction with other dogs. She's kind of a neutral dog. She's easy to obtain. She's really easy to walk. She's obviously, interested in food. She can gulp it a little bit faster. She's eager to get to the treats, but no serious food aggression issues. She wasn't really interested in the toy, and she's all right with being petted. I think she'll learn to be more relaxed when getting petted once she just feels a little bit more comfortable. So she is a dog with a lot of potential. She just needs someone to give her all the love and care that she really needs. She already knows sit. She again walks nicely on a leash, which is not something that a lot of dogs do. So she just needs somebody to get her nice and healthy and continue to help her maintain those basics. If you are interested in Bailey, you want to visit her here at the shelter. Our visiting hours are Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, Saturdays from 10 to 4, and our address is 1832 Rosemont Avenue. We hope you enjoyed meeting some of our adoptable animals today. If you didn't see something that piqued your interest, you can always stop in. We have tons of animals that we aren't able to showcase each week on our adoption floor. And in addition to the ones that we have here, we also have several cats over at the Cat Cafe in Newmarket, so be sure to check them out as well. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you here again next week.
Catoctin Creek Nature Center is excited to offer field trips year-round for public, private, and homeschooled students from pre-K through high school. A hands-on experience will allow students to discover and explore the wildlife in the Piedmont region of Maryland. Topics will include Catoctin Creek critters, investigating insects, and seasons of change. Having fun, exploring, and educating are the components that make Catoctin Creek Nature Center such an excellent resource for outdoor education. For more information or to schedule a field trip, please call our main office at 301-600-2936 or visit us on the web at www.recreator.com.